Alright, well, it's been a little bit. If you don't know, if you're new, my name is James Grant. Unedited, unfiltered, unregulated YouTube content. About the day, kind of like the day of my life, besides the point. The last video I left off with what to expect with your first 3 weeks of CDL school. Well, after your fourth, fifth, you're doing, my school, they have these simulators that you can go on, and they're pretty realistic. I mean, it's nothing like going actually in a truck, but it does pretty good. Whenever you accelerate, the chair lifts up a little bit. I think, from what I remember, there was a little bit of breeze to your face, but right now I'm driving, so I mean, don't turn me in. I don't really give a fuck. Basically, after that, you're going to go in, take your permit test, and with that permit test, it is about 40 questions for your general knowledge. It is 40 questions for your general knowledge. It is 20 questions for your air brakes and 20 questions for your air brakes and 20 questions for your I believe it's combination. And then if you're going in and taking your tankers, that's another 25, I believe. And I might be wrong. It's somewhere between 25 and 20 for air brakes, and then combination is 20. So with that being said, if you're going in for your tankers, that's going to be another 20 another 20. And then hazmat, I believe, is 20, might be 25. But that's basically what to expect on your test. You're going to go in, and it will tell you. So I failed one of my 3 when getting my permit, and I failed a combination, I failed the combination one. That's the easiest one of the 3, but I focused so much on the other 2 that I when I was studying on Quizlet, I went 27 for 27 on my question, so I just stopped studying it. I'm like, this is easy. And that's the one that I ended up failing, so I wouldn't cheap out on any of it. So for my hazmat, you have to be put on a federal registry in order to get that. And with that being said, after you pass your hazmat test, that requires fingerprints, a FBI background check, and then you're good. So after that, I'm just trying to throw in as much information as possible and trying to be the most informal, and this is not working. After that, they're going to throw you into some trucks. In order to get your CDL, you need to be over 21 years of age. Just like for something with insurance, you are not considered a at-risk driver as much as you are before the age of 23. Once you reach the age of 23, which a lot of insurance companies with hazmat companies, they won't insure, or the premium will be 1/3 over what it usually is if you're under 23, and some people won't even hire you unless you're 23. So I'm 22. I turned 23 this year, so I'm moving somewhere where I can have more opportunities in order to do that, in order to get hired. So also, with that being said, it's also dependent on where you're living. So for your CDL test, like actually taking your test, with the CDL school, then you're going to be driving around a track more than likely, and then with the licensed driver, you go around the town, and usually they have these like little routes they take you on. They're not allowed to tell you the routes, but they're allowed to take you on some of the route. They can take you on the whole route, and they can't tell you. But in my school, there's a couple left-hand turns, right-hand turns. If you're making a right-hand turn and going onto a 2-lane, you got to end up in the right lane of the road, vice versa. So what else is there to say? So after you're doing your driving, make sure you get your downshifting in. You can't just coast in neutral or in that gear and hold the clutch in while you're slowing down. I haven't taken my test yet, so now I'm coming up on, well, today is Friday, and then next week is spring break, so I'm just going to be studying for my hazmat and making money, I guess, since I won't have school. For your CDL test, you got 3 different sections. So the first section is your pre-trip walkthrough. And your pre-trip walkthrough is, you got to, for me at least, you don't have to pop the hood. You don't have to do anything. All they're doing is listening to words. So with your batteries, you got to say, my batteries are present. They are not cracked, bent, broke, or missing. The wires that are going to and from, or the connection cables that are connected to the battery are not cracked, bent, broken, or missing. They are not bulged. They are not frayed. They are not crimped. They are securely fastened, and I'm not sure if I said corroded or not, but there's like these little things, like you got to bring up even the windshield washer fluid and the windshield wipers and the def tank and the fuel tank and the rings inside of them, and say they're not dry rotted, they're present, they're in good, proper working condition, they're not cracked, bent, broke, or missing. That varies from state to state. So with my words, a lot of them are, they're not cracked, bent, broken, or missing. And then you got your little words, like I just said, corroded, with the glad hands, they're not rubbing on the frame, they are not tangled, they are not crimped, they are not pinched, cracked, bent, broken, or missing, frayed, bulged. They're just listening to words. And it is important to know these things, and I would get into the habit of learning all these components, because if you're going down the road and your leaf spring breaks and you get pulled over by DOT, you are going to be put out of service until that gets fixed. So you're going to be sitting with, like, if you're getting paid by the load, you're not making any money. If you're getting paid by the hour, you're making money, and I think that's the only way that you would make money if you are out of service. But then they go into the DOT logbooks, or not the logbooks, but they go into log booking, they go into your DVIR and X, Y, and Z. So for the test, they go through your pre-trip, that's truck and trailer, everything from your windshield wipers to your strips, like your reflective tape on the side and on the back of your trailer. All your lights are in proper working condition, X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to go too far deep into it. I think I'm just going to do like a whole nother video on like your pre-trip and everything that you need to say in order to pass. But that also varies from state to state. I want to reiterate that. So the state I'm in is in Minnesota. If you move somewhere else, like if I go from Minnesota to North Dakota or Minnesota to California, I don't have to go through the road test again. Before I get too carried away, you got your pre-trip, you got your skills, and then you got your driving. You have a certain amount of points that you can get taken off, or that you can get wrong. There's a certain amount of points that you're able to get until you fail, and that's 3 different portions, so you get 3 different point refreshes, I guess. So you could get all the way up to the point threshold on both of them and then not get any on the driving portion, and you would pass. You could get up to the point threshold on every single one and you would pass. So for the state that I'm in, and I was talking with my padre about this, and back when he did it, they had 90-degree backing as well. Now they call it offset backing or 45-degree backing. But first, what they're going to do, and if I cared about this, I would be throwing up shit on the screen, like what to see, which I'll get there one day. But I mean, for the people that I'm talking to and how early on I'm into it, I don't care about the views. I don't care about the likes. I don't care about the subscribers. I want to be informal. I want to try to touch as many people as possible. I want to leave as big of a footprint on this earth for a force of good, if you kind of get what I'm saying. I want to make other people's lives easier, I guess. So that's why it's like all uncut, raw, unfiltered content. Which I'm at 10 minutes, and this is going to take fucking 3 hours to upload. Besides the point, where was I at? Damn it. Pre-trip. Okay, so your skills portion, you get, for my state in Minnesota, you get 2 get out and looks and 2 pull-ups. So for the first portion, you pull all the way straight through, and then you back all the way straight through. And there's these cones that are set up on each side. I couldn't tell you how far apart they are, but it's a pretty fucking tight radius that you get to work with. You don't got much wiggle room. So you go all the way straight, all the way back, and then there's a 3-foot box up in the front that you need to park your front bumper in. And then there's a 3-foot box in the back that you need to back into, and you can't go over it, and that's called encroachment. You will fail if you don't get inside that box or if you go too far past. So what I would do, if you have more than 2 get out and looks, I don't know what other states are. I don't care. I mean, I'm in Minnesota. Why would I care where else? So Minnesota, 2 get out and looks. So pull all the way through, all the way back. Front bumper, back bumper, and then you get like a certain amount of room where you can pull out and get straight with the cones. And then you back in the same way, and you got to get your back bumper in that 3-foot box. I would suggest using a get out and look for both of your back bumper boxes. So for your first one, I would back into the box, or I would stop shy. Just try to get as close as you can, but do not encroach or else you fail, like I said earlier. You get as close as you can, use a get out and look, and then back up as much as you need. For the second one, when you're done with your 45-degree backing or your offset backing, I would get out and look, because it's free. That doesn't cost any points. And you can use more than 2 get out and looks and 2 pull-ups. It just costs you points. In my state, I believe it's 8 points that you get. They don't tell you the points. You're not supposed to know. You're not allowed to know, I think. But you're not supposed to know. I think that it's 1 point for every get out and look, 2 points for every encroachment, and 2 points for every pull-up that you use extra. And I believe that you get 8 points total in the skills portion that you are allowed to, like, if you're allowed 8 points, and if you go over the 8-point threshold, 9 or more, you lose or you fail. So there's 3 portions. You got your pre-trip, your skills, and your road or your driving portion. All 3 of them have different little point categories. Got the 3 that I just mentioned. I don't know the points or anything. Like I said before, you're not supposed to know. I take my test, I take it the Wednesday after spring break. So that's not next week, but the week after that Wednesday. So I think the biggest problem I have is like my 45-degree backing, but they're trying to, if you've driven truck before and you know what you're doing, don't try to learn the new way because it'll just fuck up what you're doing. Just stick to what you know and you'll be good. If they try to teach you a whole nother way, still stay open-minded about it because it might be easier than what you're doing before. It's been like that for me. There's in several different aspects. But if they're trying to change the whole fucking way you shift or X, Y, and Z, I shift completely different now. And I've driven, I mean, it's straight truck, dump truck for the farm, but it's completely different for tractor trailer. And that's what they'll refer to for semis is a tractor, and then obviously a trailer. So that's basically, I mean, in my school, at least, you get defensive driving class, you get your CPR AED certification, which I already have, forklift certification, which I already have. I mean, they do as much to prepare you for your truck driving career as you possibly can. So, I mean, I would pay the extra. I wouldn't do any of these 100 hour or 180 driving academy things. I would spend the money. Uncle Sam pays my fucking tuition, so I get paid monthly for every month that I'm in school, and it's a 1-semester program. It might be different somewhere else, but I hope that I've been informal. I hope that I said everything right. Again, you are taking my word and trusting that I am right. I mean, if I'm wrong on any of this, I mean, it varies from state to state, but if you're in Minnesota and I'm wrong about any of this, just leave a comment if you want. I feel like I'm not allowed to say that. I feel like I'm just not going to say it because all the regulation bullshit with wars and the left and the right going, I'll get this channel taken down. If I spoke my true mind on a lot of this stuff, if I start talking political and about the Israeli nation and Donald Trump and X, Y, and Z, that's another thing. I'm not left, I'm not right. I am me. I hold my own beliefs about the whole thing. And I believe that if you are voting for the left, that you're still voting for the same person as if you were voting for the right. The President of the United States does not run, and I'll fucking stand by this. This is 2026. We're at war with Iran. And a buddy of mine, he fucking opened my mind up to the Jews in Israel and all that. And doesn't matter who you vote for. I mean, the whole voting system is fucked already. I mean, before I get too carried away, the President of the United States is just used as a puppet, and the people who actually run the world are the Jews. The Jews believe that they're better than us, and I think that's all I can really say. I might go live stream on Kick and fucking say a bunch of this shit. So, yeah, my name is James Grant, and I'm going to CDL school, and these are my experiences. I'll record some of my truck and my trailer and the cones and the back and course and go through the whole pre-trip and put it on here so you guys can like know what you're looking at and what the terminology and the whole shebang is, so it's not like anything foreign. Again, you don't even need to go to CDL school to get your CDL. You can go in and take your tests, and then if your family owns a trucking business like mine, you can just go and practice drive truck. And then like it's a little bit complicated with mine, but yeah. So there's any questions, leave them down in the comments, and if I don't know, I'll try to figure them out. But yeah, my name is James Grant, and that's my video. So